So this is trying to provide a bit of a walkthrough for downloading the data from the Garmin GPS units, which might consist of a track file. And for track file, just think of a track file as simply being a line feature, and then also a waypoint file, and think of waypoints simply as point features in our GIS nomenclature. And so this procedure basically involves using a USB cable to connect the Garmin unit to the computer, and I'm going to make that connection now. And there's a little bit of a lag here, but eventually the Garmin unit will show up as a new drive on the file system, just in the same way as when you plug in a USB flash drive. It takes a moment to show up on the file system. So on this computer, that'll show up probably as the H drive, and so I'm going to now confirm this. And now here is the new Garmin drive, and the files that are on the Garmin are going to be located under a folder on that drive, the Garmin folder, and then there's a subfolder called GPX, and in the GPX folder, current, and then this current.gpx, unless you've individually gone in and renamed the track file or waypoint files, they'll both be captured inside this current.gpx file. So it's this file that you want to copy onto your file system. So copy it into a new folder or copy it onto your USB key. Okay, so I've now copied that current.gpx file onto a new folder, into a new folder called GPS on my file system. And so this file right here I will now use to extract the track file and the waypoint file to create two new spatial data sets that I'll import into ArcGIS. Okay, so I've launched ArcMap now, and the tool to import these GPS data, these Garmin GPS data that are in that GPX file, is a tool under called the Data Interoperability tools, and this is actually an extra extension. So the student version of ArcGIS that you have doesn't have this Data Interoperability tool. You'll have to do this in the STCs. But basically go to the Customize menu here, and under Extensions, make sure that this Data Interoperability box is checked here. And then once that's checked, open up Arc Toolbox. And then in Arc Toolbox, expand the Data Interoperability Tools box, and then choose Quick Import. So this Quick Import tool, it's relatively simple. It's got a couple of weird names, but basically this is the input data set, and in our case that's the current.gpx file, and then output staging geodatabase is the output data set or output geodatabase that you're going to create, and within that geodatabase will be a couple of files, one for the tracks and one for the waypoints. So I'm going to select that current.gpx file for my input database now, and you can disregard this format. That's where the cursor will be for when you pull up this data source box, but really all you need to do is under dataset just choose this icon here, this element here, to open the file browser and navigate to that folder where you have the current GPX file. Select that and open that, and then click OK, and now you've identified the input data set, and then the output staging geodatabase will just be and then select that for the input data set. So that's what I have here. I had to skip ahead and go through the step of selecting and identifying the name of the output geodatabase, because ArcGIS crashes on me when it is running with this screen capture software that I'm using. But here you fill in, you go to the folder that you want to create your geodatabase, which in my case is this GPS folder, and then I gave it the name Dunwood's Project for the geodatabase I want to create, and now I'll just click OK. Now this tool takes a little while, and you click OK and it looks like it's not doing anything, but it's actually running in the background, and so just be patient and wait for the dialog box to show up. In the lower right corner of your ArcMap dialog, you'll see some blue scrolling text saying Quick Import is running, and in the bottom right corner of your Windows screen, a little thing will pop up when that Quick Import tool is completed with a little green check mark. Okay, so that Quick Import tool is finished and created that geodatabase and the data sets in that geodatabase, and I can confirm that by going to check in Arc Catalog and go into that folder where that GPS folder is, and then here is that Dunwood's Project geodatabase with that .gdb extension here. If I expand that, I can see these three elements. There's a metadata element, but the actual data that we're looking for is the line data, where the tracks are in this track element here, and the waypoints are in this waypoint element here. So this is the point data that was captured on the GPS device, and this is the line data that was captured on the GPS device. And so I'm going to add those quickly to my ArcMap session here by using my Add Data button. Okay, I've now added those two data sets to my ArcMap session here. I'm going to zoom to layer here, and I can see that I've got this line feature here, and then there's a little point feature right here. This is where that National Geodetic Survey marker is, and I just took a quick waypoint there so you can see that the GPS unit has a little jog in the line here. And so now the trick is that I've got this line data set, and what I really want to get is a Polygon data set, so I can compute the area of that feature. And so the basic steps for this are to edit this track data set and then move this line here and make it so that it intersects here. So I'm going to quickly edit this feature data set here, choose that track data set for my editing, and let me pan over here, and I just need to move this node here to cross this line over here so that there's an intersection. So I'm going to select this feature here, double click on it, and then just move this guy down here like this. So now that I've got that line crossing over here, I can now use a tool that will create a polygon feature, basically convert this line data set into a polygon data set.